I feel like he extends it every week.
I know. It's like 45 seconds longer each day.
What's up, everybody? It is Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. As always on Allegiance TV, it is the Allegiance official podcast. I am your host, Stevie Bizzle, with my fellow two co-hosts, the nice and hairy Icicle.
Why am I hairy this week?
Actually, not true. You were hairy last week too, if I recall.
You were.
I miss luscious. Can I go back to luscious?
And the sexual chocolatey General Zod.
God.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah,
you know,
terrible.
Sexual chocolate's pretty cool. You know, that's what I think at least. So.
No.
So we got a cool show for you guys today. You know, we're gonna go over some nice little entertainment features coming about. I like that little thing we did last week, so we're gonna carry it over and see what everybody has in terms of some entertainment, whether some cool music to check out, a specific game they're getting into that they like, a movie. We'll get into that a little bit. We do have a special guest today, fellow compadre and gamer Better Off Gaming will be joining the podcast at around 8:15. So that should be interesting to see what Better Off Gaming is doing with a fairly new podcast that he's doing. He's doing like a little talk show called the Pixel Lounge. So we'll learn about that and learn about him. We'll also go over the week that was and anything coming up during the week for Destiny. And just do that typical thing like a chicken wing, and you know what? Doop 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 doop, shoop doop doop. Man, so anyways, guys, how was the week? Zod, did you do anything fun?
You know, I didn't actually. Well, here's the thing. The Super Bowl's in my hometown, or near my hometown. So there's a lot of stuff happening downtown, a lot of Super Bowl parties, festivities. So checked a couple of those out. So that's been pretty fun for this week.
Yeah, so you checked out a couple things. What did you do down there?
We went to a little sports bar, and they were having a rally for. I forgot. There was going to be I think it was the lineman for the Panthers. We didn't get to actually see them because they ended up showing up pretty late and I had to go. But other than that, I mean, they were just having rallies and whatnot. So we went there. Went there with a couple of friends, and it was fun, man. It was a lot of good fun. A lot of drinking involved too.
Drank a lot of tequila, didn't you? Yeah, you did.
Oh man, me and that tequila.
And Cole, you've actually been getting into some new games I've seen. So you've been kind of switching it up a little bit in terms of your gaming prowess and whatnot, right?
Oh yeah. So in between my bouts of being extremely sick with God knows what virus, I have been playing a little bit of Rainbow Six Siege. It's actually a lot of fun. I can see how some people get bored with it after a while, but if you switch it up with other games, it's just a lot of fun. You're either on the offensive or on the offensive, and you just go in and wreck stuff. And each character is just amazingly fun to play with. And then there is friendly fire, so if you suddenly shoot another admin in the back of the head because he's talking shit, he totally deserves it. He knows who he is. It's a lot of fun. Yes,
friendly
you can
fire.
kill.
I don't know if I could be trusted with friendly fire.
No. But it is amazingly fun. It is amazingly fun.
Yeah, it sounds a lot of the things sounds a little bit more of like a hardcore type of shooter, which is something I definitely want to check out. I know I'll be checking that game out, and based on what you told me with really just the attack and defense, and there's bomb diffusions and hostage extractions and stuff like that. That sounds like a pretty cool concept that they built over, and it seems like it's a pretty well put together game, is it not?
It is. There's just a few weird glitches, like with the servers. If you have like 4 people already in your crew or team, fire team, I don't know what it's called. It's just fun. If you have 4 people all together, for some reason it glitches out the server, so you have to break up and come back together each time. and there's a lot of other connection issues. Like there's a lot of characters running around in the T pose where they model them in like Maya or something. So if they lag out, it's just people running around in T pose. It's actually pretty funny. But it's very realistic. Like, unlike Destiny, where you run in guns blazing, you don't do that in Siege. You actually camp in corners, you sweep the area, you check the corners, because if you don't, there's going to be that one little tiny, like, maybe the size, like the width of a hair, a human hair, and a friggin' bullet will come out of nowhere and just splatter your brains all over the wall. I mean, it's ridiculous. Ridiculously realistic. But it is fun.
Sounds like fun. So, so fellow individuals watching the feed, let's get your take on what you're currently playing. Are you still playing Destiny, or what are you playing in Destiny? Are you hardcore raiding, or you trying out PvP? Is there another game that's tickling your fancy? Maybe a couple games will pop up on the Twitch feed that maybe we can discuss in further detail if we see something that we can connect with relative to your guys' thoughts on what you've done in the past week. So let's get a little bit interactive here on the podcast and see what you guys have to say. But moving forward, what we also have is we have the official Allegiance podcast contest coming back tonight. So we will be giving away. I know last week we shied away from it a little bit, but we will be giving away something for the podcast tonight again. So, and I think I'm going to kick it off with something a little bit. We typically do like a $20 PSN gift card. I'm going to be a little bit generous tonight and say that the value of what we're giving away tonight is double the amount we typically give away. Ooh.
Oh my.
Yeah, so with the special guest comes special prizes. Dip 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 dip.
Oh, God,
Shoop
please
dip dip dip.
It's my new ringtone, by the way.
Yeah,
So.
no, you should just record that and then have that
No.
play. So.
No, it haunts me in my dreams, dude.
Oh my god. Well, at least everybody knows that the podcast is on when I do that. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I think they'll know when the Twitch stream is actually going. Just saying.
I'm just saying, every time I do that, like our viewership jumps from like 0 to 15. So I'm pretty sure it's a song.
And then
That's
drops
done.
to 2.
So we also had an announcement just recently on the tournament, right, Zod? In terms of our community itself, you wanna give the details on that?
Yeah, so as far as the tournament goes, as you all know by now, we are having the tournament going. It's the first round. A couple of teams have gone out and completed their time. So in case you missed any of the earlier matches, feel free to check them out. The YouTube videos posted on the forums. But the other thing, too, is that we are adding an extension to the tournament, so by a couple of days. So the dates have definitely changed. Make sure that you guys are all, I mean, if you're an admin, you have a team running, participating in the tournament, check those dates out. And for the rest of you guys, make sure that you check out the calendar, because we are, like I said, we are adding an extension, and the whole tournament kind of shifted a little bit. So, for instance, I believe that the first round will conclude on the 11th, and the second round will start on the 12th. So check that out, guys. Check out the new dates. They're posted on the news post, and they'll be updated on the forum as well. So
cool. So a nice extension for those teams that still haven't ran the run yet, and that should be interesting to see what people do with that extension and what the times are posted. So what are we thinking of the tournament so far, guys? From the teams that have ran, from some of the things, from the qualifying round, from the seeding, just so far, what's your guys' overview on it? I know we didn't really talk about it too much, but I mean, just looking at the seeding here, you look at the teams with bye weeks. We got 4 teams this in round 1 that have not had to run their run because they got a bye week, and Zod, your team, and me and Cole's team, and a few others. Who's kind of so far a team that you're impressed with? Is there a team that you thought you'd see more of? What are you thinking so far, Cole, in terms of who's seeded where and who you've been impressed with so far?
And this is gonna sound bad, but I haven't really been impressed with anyone so far from what I've seen, what I've read. And that's
Saucy.
not to sound bad. It's not sound bad at all. I mean, I think just the issue's been Crota. I think people have been underestimating it, just because there has been some issue with Downing Crota and the sword and all that. And actually, I have seen a few glitches where the sword will disappear, like completely disappear.
Have we been surprised about that? I mean, I was under the assumption just coming into the first round, right, with Crota Hard and even the qualifying round, Crota Normal. It seems like a lot more people have been struggling on old school Crota than I initially thought there would be. Am I wrong in thinking that, Zod, or are you in the same boat as kind of me and Cole?
No, I agree with you. I'm actually shocked that there has been some people who have been struggling with Crota. And not necessarily struggle, but I think you hit around the mark. I think a lot of people underestimated it. I think if we had to put it in perspective, I think that when you looked at the whole tournament in general, I think the focus was very on King's Fall. And I think what we're finding out now is I think we've had a couple of teams maybe, and this is just my perspective. I don't know. This might be true. This might not be. But based on what we have seen, it might look like a couple of teams slept on Crota. And as far as the tournament goes, it's been very competitive. It's been, I mean, hell, if you look at the qualifying round, we had 3 teams within 16 seconds of each other.
Yeah.
That could have gone either way. So I mean, it's very competitive. It's going to be close. And it'll definitely be interesting as we have the first round conclude. And it's actually, looking at some of the matches of the first round, I know we've had a couple of matches go already. It's exciting. It's definitely exciting to see the teams go out against Crota Hard Mode because the qualifying round, Crota Normal, it was great, but it doesn't have that sort of pressure. You know what I'm saying? That comes with the hard mode in any raid in terms of no revives, and this time this is for all the marbles. You post a time faster than your opponent, you move on. If you don't, you're eliminated. So it's exciting. It's going to be interesting to see, and it should be a lot of fun still.
I mean, we have a 9 seed Oops and Ghost team running right after the podcast tonight, and Only Quitters Quit came in, which if you're not familiar with Only Quitters Quit, what that is, whose team is that? That's someone help me.
Corkster's team.
Corkster,
Tengus.
Yeah, so they came in at a 19-minute mark. Let's give a little preview tonight on the Oops and Ghost matchup because it's right after the podcast. What are we thinking? 1947, is that a tough time? Do we think, is it going to be close? Do you think, what are we thinking in terms of, because these teams were pretty close coming into the seeding round. I mean, they're the closest seeded ranking in the first round. What are our thoughts on what Oops and Ghosts are going to do tonight?
I think it's going to be close just because the first round was normal mode. This is hard mode, so it does take a little bit longer to kill things. And plus, there is the enrage timer on Crota, which is extremely shorter. I mean, I think that's where a lot of people are choking, is because Crota suddenly rages and they all freak out. But I think it's still going to be extremely close just because what we've seen so far. And I really think that Ghost and Oops are just going to blow it out of the water tonight and just really put up a time that's going to make your jaws drop, considering how much practice time they put in, yeah.
So you think that normal was kind of, maybe a flukish time, that 9 seed, and you think they're a lot stronger team than maybe they showed on paper in the qualifying round?
I think they are, yeah. I think they are.
They have a lot of experience in that team, and I just think that I think that when people did the qualifying round, I think it was those early round jitters. A lot of these teams have never ran a speed run before, and I think that now that they've all ran a speed run, they know kind of what to expect. They kind of get that adrenaline going and all that good stuff. I think a lot of these teams are going to find themselves doing a whole lot better in the second round, third round than they did on the qualifying rounds. With that said, Oops and Ghosts is a very interesting team, man, because they're a veteran team in terms of they have a few year one players in that side of the spectrum, whereas we have a team like Corksters who's rather new in the sense that they are host TTK players. So it's going to be, that dynamic is always interesting. But I'm with Cole. I think that Oops and Ghosts are a great team, and I think they'll put up a spectacular time tonight. So
I think it should be interesting, right? If there's anything to tune into, let's tune into that matchup, because that's gonna really decide who advances to the next round. And wouldn't you know, who do they face the next round? That 8-9 seed.
I will be closely watching that matchup because the winner of the Oops and Ghost versus Tengu and Corsair's team gets to face my team in VOG. So
what's your team's name again?
My team is the Canadian Beavers. It's an inside joke. I wish I could share it with you guys, but I won't. But you don't want to know. But we are the Canadian Beavers, and we will definitely be watching the stream tonight. So
nice.
That's all I'll say.
Well, is there any particular team you'd rather face than the other?
Oh no, man, bring them all on. Hell no, just bring them all on. No, there's not, on paper, there's not a team that says, oh, we'd rather face this situation. No, I mean, we're gonna face a team we're gonna face. Right now, our focus is trying to get our team ready and put our team in the best position we can to put up a good time. And we'll put up a good time, and whoever wants to challenge that time, by all means.
Awesome. Well, cool. Well, with that being said, we are at the 16-minute mark, and I think it's time to officially announce our guest for the podcast this week, Better Off Gaming. So let's give a Stevie Bizzle call out to see if he's out there. Better, you out there?
Wait, what?
That was Mike.
I didn't want to know what that was.
Our viewers have just dropped
Actually, guys, great timing, because it took me the last 15 minutes to find the mute button. So.
Oh yeah, really? See, the call out worked. It gave him time to find the mute button and then come back on. So what's up, Better? How are things on your neck of the woods? Thanks for joining us, and we appreciate you having you on.
That's great. Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you inviting me and giving me the opportunity to talk with you guys. Really appreciate it. Things are good. I was listening to you guys talking, and Siege really does copy and mimic real life, except marriage, because when you're married, you got to check your corners all the time as well. In fact, it's even scarier that way,
Oh,
So basically, if you want to get married, you should buy Rainbow Six Siege, because it's very similar.
Yeah.
Right. Because if you don't check your corners, the same shit will happen, and you will get shot.
Right. That definitely makes sense. We're getting very philosophical in the podcast tonight, because
there's a lot of live lessons.
Yeah, we got to really transition this into a really strong thought process. I think one of the first things is what does the bomb mean? Is that in the marriage? When you're trying to defuse a bomb in marriage, is that like when you have a baby?
Wait, what?
Dude, I'm talking there, because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about anymore.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Drex and I are the only married ones in the room, so.
Well, Zod's married to Tequila, so I mean, he can relate.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's the kids are diffusing the bomb category.
Got it. That's what I thought.
That's not something that requires to be diffused. No, just when you say "I do," that's when the diffusing starts.
Right. And hostage extraction is when your best friend is in hot water and you're trying to get him out before the wife decides to rip his head off. Is that fair to say?
Well, no. I mean, if you're not married and your best friend is married, the best thing to do is run away. It's kind of like whoever can run fastest from a bear.
Wow.
So better. Let's start out with your start into gaming. What got you into gaming? What was the first game in your repertoire that you were like, oh wow, what was the first ever addicted game or whatever got you into where you're at today as far as a gamer?
Oh wow, you guys go right with my favorite question. Uh, well, let me see if I can do a quick version. I actually started the game. Well, okay, so let me go back a little more. So I was born in the Ukraine, and my parents brought us here in '79, and I got an Atari 2600 when I was about 8 years old in 1980 or so, and that was really the start of my gaming. Is the Atari. Um, it's a long road since then. I mean, I went from Atari. I mean, I've always loved gaming, but from Atari, I went to what was it? Apple II Plus in like 1986 or something, and then a Commodore 64 a few years later, then Commodore 128, and then I got my first IBM clone in like 92, 93-ish. I mean, but I also like one of the things I did is, how kids are. They tell their parents they need to use their computers for education and stuff. But that never changes, even when computers weren't all that. But I actually did. When I got my first IBM clone, I sat down at the computer with the DOS manual, and I went from cover to cover, reading everything and trying everything. I mastered DOS.
Oh, wow.
And I actually used it for stuff, but more for games. My parents always said, like, when people would ask, he's always playing games, is that bad? Don't you think that's bad? And they would say, yeah, sure, it has its downsides, but at least he's not out somewhere doing drugs. So I agree with that. It's
Very
not bad.
true.
Drugs, DOS, they're quite similar
right,
though,
right.
man. I mean, it's I don't know.
I mean, they're
It's-
both
No to
addictive.
drugs, yes to gaming. Yeah, but isn't gaming a drug and stuff? That's a whole philosophical question. We don't do it.
Yeah.
right.
Well, if we're gonna go that
Well-
route, then I'm a total addict.
That's true. I actually I was addicted. When this, the first MMO came out, right? Ultima Online. That's got me into
Remember that game?
my path to addiction, and then EverQuest. I was, that was when I was lost with EverQuest. I mean, that's all I did. I barely made it to work. But
I
from
love
moment
the whole concept of Ultima Online. I'll just tell you that. I mean, Ultima Online. Cole, Zad, did you guys ever play that? Ultima
No.
Online?
Dude, that was like
Oh.
way before my time.
No,
Yeah.
it was
Way
not.
before my time.
We are the same age. you're acting like you're like.
I want to say we're all the same age here.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, Ultima
Yeah.
Online was. It was the only issue with it. Kind of wasn't there was a payment. It was one of the first kind of like PC games that I noticed that you had to pay to get on for their servers and stuff. But it had like the whole guild aspect to it, and it was very socially active relative to gamers getting together, and you're basically in a whole world. It was. I personally liked it and enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think that was the first time people got their introduction to MMO griefers too, which was horrible in UO.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You couldn't leave a safe area without getting wrecked by just about every player out there who's
I know.
overgeared.
It sounds like Eve.
Yeah, it was a good game. So Ultima Online was your first. You got a touch of the cocaine that is gaming. So then you continued to.
Well, modern. I mean, I've been gaming all my life, but that was my first touch of gaming as it started to evolve into what it is today. Yeah.
So what are you currently messing with now? Like what are games that you currently are just you're really hooked on and you enjoy currently?
Well, I'm a variety streamer, but right now I'm mainly playing. What am I playing? Well, I'm looking forward to Division. I can't wait for the Division. The beta was fun, so I can't wait for that. But I've been playing a lot of Insurgency. That's one of my games that I never really stopped playing. Been playing it just on and off for like almost 2 years now. I love you guys know that game Insurgency, right?
I do not know.
Never even heard of it.
No.
You do not. It's a hardcore. It's on PC. It's a hardcore FPS, military tactical. It's for anybody like myself who doesn't like COD style gameplay. Well, not to say I don't like. I enjoy COD. I'm just not. It's not a game that I would play for a long time. But Insurgency, if you're with people with friends, you play tactical, and it's got an awesome co-op checkpoint system where you go through and you kill stuff. And
I
take
think
over.
there's a mod for Insurgency. It's on Steam, right?
Yeah, it is on Steam.
I think there's a mod because I'm one of my favorite games of all time was SOCOM on the PS2.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of my all-time favorites. I believe there's a mod called SOCOM Source through Insurgency. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it is a military tactical shooter. I think I have heard of it, but that's pretty cool. Are you into games like that, like kind of FPSs or third-person shooters, or is that more your go-to, or is your more go-to MMO, or?
Wow, that's a tough question because I've never really been picky as far as like I'd rather play this. It's just whatever my mood is telling me at the moment. Like right now, I kind of always play MMO here and there. Right now, I'm playing Blade and Soul a lot. But I wouldn't say if someone comes up and says, well, let's play, I don't know, some other game, Insurgency or
Goat Simulator.
Diablo. Well, Goat Simulator. I don't know. I mean, people. my daughter likes Goat Simulator.
Really,
Oh
it's a
my
thing.
gosh, it's
I was
ridiculous.
surprised it was a thing. To be quite honest.
We're actually contemplating building a community around Goat Simulator where we're going to have 16 goats.
No, we're not.
And we're all going to eat grass together and poop and frolic. It's going to be good.
Frolic? I don't want to frolic. No.
Well, if you were surprised about Goat Simulator, then you'd probably be surprised that there's a game called Shower with Your Dad.
No, there's
Oh,
not.
yes, I've seen that game. I have seen that game.
Stop.
It is horrifying.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop it, you guys.
I'm
Stop
serious.
it now.
That's-
Are you?
I'll do one.
Dead serious.
Do one better. It's called I Am Toast.
Oh, I
I
heard
am
about that one.
I am toast.
That game. I Am Toast. Basically, you're a piece of toast, and you gotta flip over and over and over again, and you have like
Shut
bricks on
up.
the corners, and you have to get across the kitchen into a toaster.
Oh
But you can't
my
touch the
god.
floor.
Where did we drop the ball? Like, as gamers, where did we go wrong? Why does this
It's
exist?
not us. It's not us. It's the developers.
I am toast and then shower with my dad? Like, who's sitting there and be like, it's been a tough day at work. Time to pop and shower with my dad. Oh, here we go. Hey, pops, here we go. Oh, get the body scrub. Let's go scrub together.
I think Stevie's doing this shit.
So,
Hey,
Drax,
Dad, you missed a spot.
So, Drax, it seems like you're more into the tactical shooters, right? It
Yeah,
seems
if
like
you're
when it
talking about
comes to-
shooters, yeah, more tactical than like run and gun. I mean, I like COD. I play it, but I can't play it for extended periods. There was a time, Quake Arena, Unreal Tournament. There was a time back when I was a little lad. When I was really good at those games, I would spend the time, and I would get good. I could own. But those days have passed. Now I just like to play a game and for entertainment, hang with friends, have fun, do co-op stuff, MMO, whatever. I like that aspect now. I don't play for being the best or whatnot.
Right, that's kind
Wow.
of cool.
So, I have a curious question, because it sounds like you're into a lot of PC games. What made you pick up a console?
Well, originally I picked up a console when the first PlayStation came out, and when that came out, it was huge, right? Because a console that had those awesome graphics, and for someone that grew up with Atari, PlayStation graphics were amazing, or any graphics at that time. Like I said, I've always been a gamer, so it was appealing to me, and I was single at the time, so it was easy to afford it.
And then you got Rainbow Six Siege, right? That's what happened.
Right then. I bought PlayStation 1, and right there and then I got Rainbow Six Siege. I pre-ordered it. I was on a 15-year pre-order plan.
So Rainbow Six Siege to marriage is goat similar to blank.
Shower with Dad.
Oh god, you're gonna make my brain hurt.
I'm sorry, I just cannot wrap my head around that one.
Alright, hold on. Time out. I gotta put this this interview on pause. What is Shower with Dad? What is the premises? Because I still can't get over that in my head. What is the premises of that game?
It's not what you think.
It's not what you think at all.
Alright,
God,
son,
it's
spread
terrible.
those
You
legs. Time to
dirty person, you.
So ridiculous. Shower with Dad. Oh, get the sugar scrub out. We gotta get in between that ass crack.
Oh god.
Like, what's the DLC on that look like? Alright, so what is it? Someone
Shower with my mom? Like, is that what the DLC would be? Like, that's so ridiculous. That's such a ridiculous gaming concept. I'm literally in tears thinking of putting my controller on, and then all of a sudden it's like weird, like, borderline porno music come on. Oh, boom. And then all of a sudden it's fucking, the dad pops up in a fucking
I would like to see DLC at multiplayer.
What
God.
Someone tell me, what is it? So what is it? What exactly is the game?
I haven't played it, but apparently you're basically a baby, and you have to find your dad. The game starts out, I guess, it shows you like an image of your dad, and you're wandering around, and if you shower with the wrong dad, you die. That's it.
Oh my god, I was thinking it was a completely different game.
Die? What do you mean you die? So you shower with the wrong person, just straight up die?
Well, I guess that's the only way they can avoid getting the game banned if you die. It doesn't go South Park on you, you know?
Oh my god.
You know, try to change the subject here. I think I know which game you were talking about, Cole. It's the game where you play as a baby, right? And you just kind of navigate through the world in their eyes. Is that what you were thinking? Because I forgot.
No, there's a couple games like that, but the one I was thinking about is there's another shower game where you actually go in. I completely forget what it's called. I thought it was Shower with Dad, but I guess it's something else. But you're like this dude, and you have to like scrub this other guy in the public showers.
What?
And he tries to like, oh
the
yeah,
hell?
clean my nipples. And you have to
What?
like rub his nipples.
Oh, God.
And then, like, he'll
Jesus.
turn around, and you like scrub down his back, and then you get like in the butt crack and stuff.
Wait a minute. That sounds like my Tuesday night in college.
Oh my
Sorry.
god.
Yeah, that's an actual game.
I mean, you want to talk about
But no,
philosophy?
there's a better one. There's a better one. So I forget the term, but it's the musclehead guys that think they're the shit, and it's like Jersey Shore muscle guys. I don't know what the fucking term is for those people. But there's a game where you actually had to go in and get super buff, you get hooked on drugs, you do all this sorts of stuff, and you get better outfits, which makes your reputation better, and you have to get your rep up to a certain point in order to sleep with the model that goes to the same gym as you. I don't know what this game is called,
Oh
but
my
there's
God.
nothing like that too. You like get to work on your tan and your muscles. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely
I just like the whole concept of just like showering with your dad better. just thinking of the load-in screen. Just the dad
hold on.
boom.
Did you just say you want to shower with my dad? I mean, I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
You like that
Oh
concept?
my god. It's just so ridiculous. Alright, so moving on from shower with
Moving on.
your dad.
Terrible
Because we
game.
could probably talk about it for 15 minutes and culminate a whole game plan of this ridiculous game.
Trust me, I like playing that.
Oh my god.
But it's,
Oh
it's not,
my
like you guys
god.
said, it's a game about a baby. It's
Oh, yeah,
like-
that's like even worse. Yeah, and then the worst thing is you shower with the wrong dad, you die. Like it's like, oh no, you're not my dad. Ugh. I'm a baby. I'm dead now.
There is another game out there where one person plays the baby and one person plays the adult, and the baby rolls around trying to kill themselves, and the adult has to stop them. That's a whole other game too.
What?
It's yes. So like the baby's trying to stick their fingers in light sockets and stuff.
Oh my
Out of
god.
touch with the new generation of gaming.
I know, right? That's
So
ridiculous.
screwed up.
So before we get into more questions, I think it's time to unleash our contest for the week. So should I surprise the winner with what they're getting, or should I announce it before we announce the
You
question?
already announced it, didn't you? It's like double whatever.
Yeah,
you
but I
give
didn't say
out.
what it was. Should I say what it is, or
Yeah.
should I say what it is after the fact?
No, you should just. I don't know, Cole. What are you thinking?
I say go for it now. Usually we leave them in the dark, but
All right.
definitely tell them now.
Alright, so what we're going to be giving away this week is a 3-month subscription to Loot Crate. So, Loot Crate is in this thing where you can get a bunch of different things each month. They surprise you. I think they had, this past month they had like a dead month or something, so it was like a bunch of zombie stuff, like, zombie
Actually,
games
that
and
was
stuff
2
like
months
that.
ago.
Was that 2 months
This
ago?
past month was Aliens. Yes, trust me, I get it. I'm actually
Okay.
wearing the zombie PJ pants they sent.
Ooh, PJ pants. Yeah, and
Yeah,
you put on
no.
those zombie PJ pants and you play Shower with Dad, and that's a freaking good ass night right
Actually,
there.
it's funny. I'm wearing 2 things from Loot Crate right now. I'm wearing the December shirt and the January pants.
How is Loot Crate? Like, before, if anybody doesn't know about it, Cole, you subscribe to it, right? So maybe you can explain to him how, what it is.
So it's hit or miss. I actually didn't want it at first. It was my husband who signed up, so all the shirts come in his size, even though he doesn't wear them. So they become PJ shirts for me. So every month it's a different theme. Like there's a month where they had D&D, so it's a lot of stuff from Game of Thrones. Another month they had superheroes. And one of the things that came in the superhero package was an exact replica of the squid emblem from Winter Soldier. If you guys ever saw Captain America: Winter Soldier,
Yep.
Oh,
so
Hydra.
whenever they actually sent a pin that is the exact replica from the movie.
Oh, that's cool.
In this past one, it was actually Aliens. So what they sent over was a brand new X-Files T-shirt because X-Files is getting revamped. It has the original Scully and Mulder agents. They also sent over a plushie face hugger. So from Aliens, the thing that wraps around people's faces and shoves it down their throat. They sent a plushie. It has a funny little smiley face on the back of it. It's really cute and soft. But they sent all the sorts of different stuff. They had one where I got an exclusive Halo 5 ammo box. So it actually has Halo 5, Guardians, all that. You can only get it from Loot Crate. And another one, they actually had the Fallout bobbleheads in game.
Mm-hmm.
Those little thingies. They actually sent a Loot Crate exact replica from the game inside of it.
Cool.
So you get
a lot of
cool
different cool
things
stuff,
inside of
and
it.
you don't really
Oh,
know
yeah.
what's coming until it's physically in
You
the box.
never
which
know
is-
what's coming.
Yeah, that's it. So that's a
Another
cool
cool
concept. So
thing-
we're going to be giving away that for free. All you got to do is
yeah.
answer a question. So usually our questions are about last week's podcast, and I have the perfect question. So last week we went on a media spree, right? We talked a little bit about our recommendations for media. So my question to the viewers that are watching the podcast is, what was the title of the movie that Zod recommended everybody go watch and see? First person to answer that correctly will win 3-month subscription to Loot Crate. All right, moving on. Pixel Lounge. Tell us a little bit about Pixel Lounge and what exactly that is. Better off.
All right, thanks. By the way, that giveaway sounds cool.
Oh yeah, we try to stay cool. I was trying to give away the special scrub butter that's in Showering with Dad, but they're sold out. So.
Oh, good.
Oh my god. Okay. So one of the friends I made since I started streaming, which was about 6 months ago, is when I started streaming, Session 94, and we we connected, and we haven't showered together, but we connected. He's not my dad. I'm not his dad. But believe me, he wants me to be his daddy. But we'll see. So for the past couple months, we've actually been throwing the idea around and talking about doing a gaming talk show, and we finally started planning it. And 2 weeks ago, we started doing it. It's called the Pixel Lounge. And currently we're rotating every week. So 2 weeks ago, we do it every Friday and at 8 Eastern. We did it on his channel, the first show, and then last night we did it on my channel. And next week back to his. Eventually, when we grow it a little, maybe in a month or maybe two, we'll see where we are. We do have its own channel we got on Twitch where we'll eventually move it to. But basically, we just pick a main topic that we talk about. Like yesterday, our main topic was Star Wars, Force Awakens, and predictions. But we started off with doing an interview of a friend streamer, Purple Kool-Aid Man, who recently got his sub button. So we started off with an interview with him. So kind of like your podcast, right? So we talk about stuff, have fun, talk to people, interact with chat, and have fun, BSing back and forth for a couple hours.
Awesome. And where can people watch that gaming?
So when it's on my channel, it's on Twitch TV, twitch.tv/BetterOffGaming, and when it's on my buddy's channel, it's Sheshan94, SHESHN94. But when we do move it to its own channel, it's the Pixel Lounge, Twitch TV Pixel Lounge, the Pixel Lounge. But currently it's just on our channels. We just want to basically take advantage of the fact, our existing communities. Otherwise, we'll be talking to ourselves if we go live there now.
Right.
Yeah.
And do you guys do a live broadcast? Is it on any specific time each week?
Yeah. It's live. We do it at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific every Friday. And yeah, there's not much more around the timing. That's basically what we're going to try and stick to, is every Friday at that time. Well, actually, next week we want to add, and we asked the chat yesterday, and people seem to really like the concept. We're going to add to end our show, because the first time we did it, we ended with a Chubby Bunny challenge. Do you guys know what that is?
No.
What the heck is that?
Chubby Bunny challenge.
You take a marshmallow, you stuff it in your mouth, and you say Chubby Bunny. And then you stuff another one, and you keep doing that and saying Chubby Bunny after each one until you can't do it anymore. So we kind of went head to head on that.
I like that idea. We gotta start doing challenges.
No! Oh my God!
Cole, I want you.
Diet.
Cole, I want you to do a Chubby Bunny challenge immediately.
I'm not doing the Chubby Bunny thing. I'll get these mini marshmallows.
Oh, well, yeah, that'll take a while though, with the mini ones.
And I mean like the mini ones, I'm gonna fish them out of the hot cocoa packets.
Yeah.
I want to do
drying hard.
I want to do like a shower with your dad challenge where the mics are on our head and we see how close we can get to showering with our dad with the mics live on the podcast. No. That would be like, hey Dad, what are you doing sitting in that chair? And I'd be like, watching TV, Stevie. Like, what do you want? Well, I got some body wash and some shampoo. I just sat there and got it. Just wondered if you wanted to, hop in the shower with me.
It's all good. It's all good. It sounds great, but if you shower with the wrong person, you might die, and I don't think you can broadcast that.
Yeah, right. And then all of a sudden, you lose the challenge. It's just straight death.
Yeah.
Can I just go with cat instead? Can I just go shower with your cat? I think it'd be much more
That would actually be an interesting topic too. Just imagine Cole going in with a shower with her cat with the mic on, and then all of a sudden it's
I think after everything we've heard here tonight, Goat Simulator does not seem that bad to me anymore.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, right.
Actually, Goat Simulator is amazingly fun. Just saying. I wish you have it.
What? No.
I do! I bought it for like $5. I was drunk one night playing Goat Simulator. Oh my god, it was
You
fun.
really play Goat
You can, like,
Simulator.
Dude, the
Maybe
best
they'll add a
part-
DLC.
Yeah.
Shower with your goat.
Dude, seriously, the best part of Goat Simulator is that if you lick somebody, you can make your tongue stick to the person, and then you can drag them in front of semi-trucks, and they get run over. It's great.
Hey, it's like Just Cause with your tongue.
On a side note, talking about like weird indie games, just to kind of switch topic. Have you guys ever heard of the? I don't know what it's called. I think it's called like One Life. Yeah, I think it's called One Life. Yes, you heard of that? I think you brought it up,
Yep.
Cole, or I might have heard it from someone else. That was such an interesting concept to me. Was that like a zombie game, One Life, or was it? Because I heard something about there was a zombie game where you had one life. I don't know if it was called One Life or not, but it was a zombie game in which you're in a open world where zombies have taken over, and if you get killed by a zombie, the game's over. Yeah, I don't know.
You talking about the survival game? Like it's not. I don't think it's zombies. It's survival, right? Cool. It's like a survival game. Like
Yeah,
H1Z1
One Life-
almost.
Yeah, One Life is something completely different. I don't know what zombie game you're talking about, but One Life has no zombies. But you really do only have one life to live. And once you die, you're done. You can't play ever again.
Where's that at, Cole? Because that sounds like an interesting subject.
That is
topic.
still in beta testing, and that's a closed beta. It's not actually out yet as far as I know. I have been keeping my eye on it because it looks very interesting. But as far as I know, the rules have changed to where you don't, if you die, you're done. It's every week you get to respawn. So that's a real life week.
Right.
Yeah.
Well-
And then ranked games are actually one life. So if you die, you don't ever get to
I
play
don't-
on that server again.
I don't have the I'm one of those weird ones who say I actually don't have a problem with that concept of if you die, you die. Like,
Neither do I.
I think it's I think in games now when you talk about the concept of death, it's just oh well you die, but you get to come back one. I think it's something that they're trying out that's completely different. It'd be completely fun because it would change. Essentially the way you play the game, right? You wouldn't be careless. You wouldn't be, if it's a survival
Well, I
game.
definitely would be showering with the wrong dad.
Yeah, exactly. You definitely wouldn't want to shower the wrong
You
dad.
definitely want to shower with the right dad, because you only have one life to live. Actually, that one life to live might be scarred, though, depending on the dad that you shower with. You might want to die, so, kind of brings us to a nice question that I asked you better. Like, is there any particular gaming project or game you're looking forward to aside from, the mass media games like The Division or something else? Is there anything in particular you're really looking forward to coming out?
Yes. Thank you for asking. You actually scared me for a moment. You were like talking about showering with your dad, and like, oh, that brings me to a great question.
Great question. How many times has your dad scrubbed your ass?
Oh, God.
Have you showered with your dad lately, and did you enjoy it?
Have you ever heard of the Hershey Kisses starfish? It's like
Wow.
The shower with your dad challenge.
you shower with your dad. We're doing that next week.
Oh, God.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are. And we will have the highest log live podcast we've ever had. All right, so Stevie's going in right now to his dad.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
Just a conversation. Just imagine. Oh my God. So, Dad, what are you doing right now?
I think the water heater is done warming the water. We've got enough for a while.
Oh, not much, Steve. I haven't seen you in a little while. How's work? Well, work's great, but that's not what I want to talk about tonight. I want to talk about where you're at relative to bathing. Anyways, what are any special projects that you're looking forward to? Better.
I'm actually very interested in playing Escape. I think it's called Escape from Tarkov. It looks like a DayZ type of game. but it's got really, really nice graphics. It looks like it's got a good story. You actually have a story that you play through. It's not just you thrown into the open world. They have a story you follow as well. It looks pretty cool. Escape from Tarkov. Not sure when it's coming out, but who knows? It might be a pretty big competitor to DayZ. And I mean, DayZ has got a pretty big following.
What
it's
is
probably
DayZ?
not a mainstream. It's a zombie survival open world. You have one life.
That's what I was probably thinking of. That's probably the game that I was thinking of. You only have one life, and once you're done, you're done, right? Like that's DayZ,
you
right?
start over. Yeah,
Okay.
you can play in the same server again, but you have to start over, and you basically start with nothing but a bar of soap and your dad.
Which, by the way, just throwing this out there, it's 33% off on the Steam store. So.
Oh yeah,
Chowing with your dad?
right now.
Is it 60% off?
It's 33% off.
You looked it up?
I did.
You looked up showering with your dad on Steam and it popped up?
So fake. It sounded fake, but no,
It's a real thing. Oh my god, I can't believe you looked it up. In the middle of this podcast, you're like, you know what? I need to check this out. Like, I need to. Son, you would, son.
Interesting.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow. Which, by the way, I looked at the two games I was talking about. The one where you had to beef up, it's called Douchebag Life. The other showering game where you had to rub the guy's nipples is Rinse and Repeat.
Did you say rinse or repeat or twist and repeat?
Oh, man.
That's what's going on.
Oh, God. So...
They should have called it like the song, Twist and Shout.
Oh, God.
Have you guys ever heard of the game called Peanut Butter World, where everybody just lathers themselves up in peanut butter?
No.
And then you run around and you try to find the jelly monster, and you try to hug him, and then the bread daisies come in, and they wedge in between the jelly monster, and you leathered peanut butter. Anybody tried that beta?
No, I don't want to.
It's called Peanut Butter World. No, that completely doesn't
No.
exist, but it will in a couple months.
But I guarantee you it will now.
Yeah, no. Someone's listening to this podcast and be like, you know what? That's a pretty freaking great idea. Let me go for that.
God, no.
I mean,
Or
the
just
amount
the
of games
DLC
out there,
for
right?
Yeah, right.
it's just a DLC for Shower with Your Dad.
Shower with your dad. Oh my god. That is literally one of the funniest things I've ever heard of. Just based on the conversations that go through here's my sense of humor. My sense of humor, what I think is the funniest thing ever, is awkwardness. Either awkwardness or pranking people that deserve to be pranked. Like, have you guys ever heard of Twins TV on YouTube? It's these guys in California that they did this like prank called the stolen bike prank or whatever, or like there was a bunch of like people that were trying to steal these bikes, like bike thieves, like bicycles, and they tied the bicycles to a tree. And and then they would sit there, and these guys were trying to steal it, and it was like something like out of a cartoon, and they would chase them down. They're like, "That's my bike, bro! That's my bike, bro!" And then all of a sudden, the fucking string would stop, and they would freaking fly over the bike, and they'd start laughing at them.
Is this what you do with your free time, Stevie?
I just checked them out today when I was hungover. I sat there, I was on YouTube, and they had all these pranks. They had a prank where they were they were saying they were getting chased by the cops in the hood, and they had fake cocaine in their hands, so they would sit there and they would be like, "Dude, the cops," and they would throw the cocaine at the people in the hood. Like, there's all these like black people, they were like, "Oh shit," and they freaking run with them, and then they would like sprinkle cocaine on them and stuff. Oh my god, like these guys
How
are
to Get Shot Simulator
yeah,
2.0.
yeah, they would go on. No, here's a funny thing too. They did like pranks. Like one of the pranks they did was, get jumped or something, they would go up to people like, yo, you want to mess? Like, you're about to get jumped, son. And before the prank, he was like, I think I'm gonna die right now. And he would like get into fights, and he would do the most ridiculous things ever before the fight. He's like, hey, you want to fight? You want to go? I'm gonna rip your throat out. And like these people, like, because they go into the hood, they go into like Compton and stuff like that, and they were like squaring up, but instead of the guys squaring up, they would strip completely naked into like a banana hammock and start chasing them down the road. Yes. Oh, these guys are hysterical. That's just my sense of humor. Like, I think it's so funny. So
is that your media recommendation for the night?
Yes, Twins TV. If you haven't checked, what was it? Hold on. It's on YouTube. All you really got to do is just look up bicycle theft prank or something like that. They'll pop right up.
Oh my God.
And I kid you not, watch every single thing on this Twins TV thing because they are hysterical. They did one with the bicycle prank where it was Halloween, and they were chasing them with chainsaws and stuff like that. Halloween. Oh my God, it's classic. I would have to say that is my media recommendation for the week, kind of transitioning back to what we typically do on the podcast.
Yeah.
Cole, you had one, right?
I actually have two. The first one is a movie called Ex Machina. It's actually an indie movie that was very well received at South by Southwest, which is a film festival here in Austin. Great place to go if you want to go. But Ex Machina is based on the Turing test, which is deciphering whether a computer knows it's a computer or a human. So it's very interesting. I highly recommend it. The ending made my jaw drop. Like, I could not pick it up off the floor even while the credits were rolling. It is a great movie. Definitely pick it up. Definitely watch it. Turn off all your other devices. Don't even look at your phone. Just watch this movie. It's great. My other thing, if any of you roamed around the audio portal of Newgrounds, which I'm sure there's other nerds like me that do, but back in 2005, I want to say there was a very popular artist called Cell Dweller on Audio Portal of Newgrounds. Now he has his own record label, and he's on Spotify. He just released a brand new album in December, so 3 months ago, and it is fucking phenomenal. I mean, if you love techno or bass and drum, any of that shit, like techno-style shit, definitely check him out. It is fantastic. It is 44 songs long, and each one is around 6 to 7 minutes long. It's great. I fucking love it.
Zod, do you have any recommendations for your media choice of the week?
You know, I don't have any media for you guys for this week, but I do have a small game that I like to recommend if you're a PC gamer out there.
Is it Dad?
No, it's not. It's no dads involved, I promise. But it's called This War of Mine. It's a game that came out a couple months back, and I heard great reviews about it, and I started playing it. And it's a great game. So if you're a PC gamer, go check that one out. It's on sale on Steam, I believe.
Better off. You got anything that someone should recommend? Any music, media, games?
Yeah, Blacklist. TV show.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome show.
Is it an awesome show?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I have? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Dad. Daddy.
Daddy.
Oh, Daddy.
We need to end this podcast.
Yeah.
You know what?
I gotta go get a towel. So, sorry.
I gotta wipe myself off here real quick. So, I will say this: like my last thing with the media thing. One thing that I'm greedy turtle. What the hell? That made me laugh. One thing I say that I am quite disappointed on that had a lot of hype to it as far as a TV series was concerned was Colony on USA. I've watched 3, 4, or 5. I think I'm on the 4th or 5th episode on it. I'm honestly not a big fan. I don't know if you guys checked that out yet, but it's not really catching my eye, and I don't know. There was a lot of hype behind it because I personally like Mr. Robot on USA Network. I think it's a really good series, but Colony's just not doing it for me. So if I were to give a thumbs down, don't waste your time on Colony and on the USA Network. So switching gears here, we still don't have a winner for the podcast contest, so we got about a minute here to go. So I'm going to just do it one last time before we have to roll over the prize to next week. Basically, we're giving the 3-month subscription away to Loot Crate, and the question was. Last week, General Zod made a recommendation for a particular movie in his media portion of the podcast. What was the title of that movie? First person to answer that correctly will win a free 3-month subscription to Loot Crate. So, final thoughts here. Better off. Any questions for us?
Just thinking about it, it's a long pause there. Like, well, you know, what ask these people anything?
How long have you guys been friends? You guys sound like you're really close. Like you've showered together.
Well, I think I've known Stevie 9 months so far.
9 months, yeah. Has it been 9 months? It doesn't feel like 9 months.
It's been 9 months.
It's been about 5 to 6 months for me. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still no showering involved, but.
No, not yet.
No.
We're working on that.
Yeah, no.
Something to aspire to, I guess.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I guess more comment. I mean, you guys seem really cool. I really like you guys. You know, I really appreciate that you brought me in to hang with you, and I had an awesome time. I'm definitely gonna keep watching you guys and hanging out.
Bring a towel next time.
Oh goodness. Yeah, well, we appreciate you coming on board. You know, one of our biggest things as a community is just getting our name out there. You know, we've had this community out for over a year now. We're about 900 members deep, and we're trying to build our marketing aspect of it. And you know, guys like you joining our podcast is what makes it fun, man. It was a very fun and enjoyable podcast. I think Zod and Icicle could repeat that as well. I think they had a good time, and we appreciate you coming on board. And anytime you want to come on, man, just let us know. We'd love to have you again.
That would be awesome, yeah. If you want to add some raunchy to your show, to your podcast, then you should definitely have Sheshan on. He'll add some raunchy.
Oh, Sheshan, huh? You know, it would be interesting to have a podcast where it would be the Pixel Lounge and the official Allegiance podcast going. I think we would have a good time with that. You know, you guys could do your whole Chubby Bunny challenge, and we would have our... I would be trying to shower with my dad while you guys are screaming Chubby Bunny with marshmallows in your mouth.
We're going to do that every week. But, you know, what we're going to do is... we're going to do an improv thing, like whose line is it anyway? But we're going to end our shows with that, so we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
That'll be fun.
Oh, Lord.
We could do it all together, all of us.
Awesome. Oh, good. Well, with that being said, we do have a team on standby for the speedrun tournament, so unfortunately we have to log off here. It's been another successful podcast, guys. Always tune in on Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on Allegiance TV right here at Twitch for Allegiance's official podcast. So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. It looks like no one answered the question correctly, right, Saab? We didn't have the right answer, right?
We did not, so we'll have to roll it into next week.
We'll have to carry it over next week. Yep. So tune in next week, and yeah, guys, till next time. Thanks everybody for watching.
Stay sexy.
And don't shower with your dad.